Good morning, PT on Ice. It's Fitness Athlete Friday. I feel like I'm pulling a Jeff Moore this morning because I'm pulled over on the side of the road to quickly knock this out between some meetings. It's a little bit of a busy day today, but I had a great email sent to me this week from somebody that listens to the podcast asking me for my opinion on how to reach out to CrossFit coaches in his area that I think is going to bring up some great discussion points that a lot of physical therapists need to understand how to approach these situations better. So I'm going to read the question and then we'll break out some of the points in it that we need to discuss. This person says, I've been doing CrossFit for about 5 months and I think it's great stuff. I've been trying to talk to many coaches individually about what I do, but none of them have seemed receptive to what I do. And I feel they think I am being personally attacked when I say I think some people have certain restrictions. I don't want to hurt the ego of any of the coaches or put pressure on anyone. I was wondering if you have any advice on how to approach coaches or if I need to focus more on the athlete instead. So let's break some of those points out there because there's a lot of good talking points and a lot of things that I think will help a lot of you if you're trying to get in and have deeper discussions with CrossFit coaches. First of all, two great things that happen here. Number one, this individual said he's been doing CrossFit for about 5 months. So something that gets messaged to me a lot by physical therapists wanting to do more with the CrossFit population is they say that they've been going and dropping in at random CrossFits, trying to drum up some business, trying to help those individuals out. And I asked them, have you ever done CrossFit? No, I don't do CrossFit. I don't think it's safe for me. I have this or this going on. I've never tried it, whatever. First of all, if you want to get involved with the fitness athlete population, if you want to be treating CrossFitters, you need to be in that community a lot. And I think for most people, that's going to mean having done some CrossFit or currently doing CrossFit. And then that doesn't mean that you always have to do it. Like, I'm not CrossFitting right now. I'm a little bit more focused on barbell movements myself, but I'm still actively involved in the community, whether through my social media stuff, through dropping in at boxes and talking to coaches, running coaches clinics, running clinics for athletes, etc. I'm always trying to be present in the community. But something else important to note here, it was 5 months of being in CrossFit, he says. So this isn't pop into a gym, go work out for a week, and then start pitching your services to a CrossFit gym. It's doing this consistently for a while. And it's not doing it once a week for 5 months, it's doing it several times a week so that the individuals in that gym, the coaches in there, know that you kind of know what you're talking about. You know what they're getting after in their workouts. That's really important to this community. Then he's been trying to talk to coaches individually about what he does, but none of them have seemed receptive to what he does, and he feels like they're feeling like they're being personally attacked. So that's the second really good thing going on here, is if you're feeling like people are getting this feeling that they're being personally attacked, that you're attacking their coaching style or their beliefs, back off right away. Because if you're going to get them too defensive with individual talks, you're not going to be able to build a lot of rapport there, and they're going to put their shield up. So I think backing off from that's a good call, and we got to think about how do we go about this differently. And you mentioned a couple things here, not wanting to hurt the ego of any coaches or put pressure on anybody. How can this physical therapist better approach coaches, or should he focus on the athletes instead? So this is how I'd go about it. Number one, my biggest focus would be on the athletes, and whoever gets in front of me or whoever will talk to me, I'm going to help them out a little bit. Then I'm just going to slowly work on the coaches as I'm talking to people in the gym, they're just going to see what I'm doing. They're going to see me helping out Doris with her ankle mobility, or help Frank get his thoracic spine moving better, or improve positioning. And they're going to start to appreciate the little pieces of advice that you're giving certain individuals. You're not overstepping your boundaries by coaching them through movements or coaching them during the WODs. You're just giving them little pieces of things that they can add in, showing them a tiny bit of your skill set. You're also not giving them free physical therapy or giving everything away. You're just starting to, for free, with nothing serious in mind here, trying to help the individual athletes in the gym and the individual athletes that show up to your clinic. Then, as it goes with anything, when you critique any individual one-on-one, the vast majority of individuals don't have their personality to the level yet that they can take that one-on-one criticism very well, and too many people get defensive really, really fast. So what I prefer to do in a situation like this is, after I've spent some time in a gym and the coaches kind of know me a little bit, know what my skill set is a little bit, then I'm going to approach them and say, I'd really love to talk to y'all about some squat mobility things. That's bring all your coaches in one Saturday after the Saturday workout, and we'll spend an hour talking joint by joint through the squat. We'll teach you how to analyze ankle mobility, knee mobility, hip mobility, so that your coaches can help your athletes make some different decisions in how they train. And you open the door with something small like that, and then when you get in there, you bust the frickin' door down by going all out on them about squat technique. And so you just pitched it as, I'm just going to talk to you about a little ankle mobility, little hip mobility stuff, teach y'all a little bit of things. And then you come in with just this bad A presentation where you talk about the differences in the biomechanics of the back squat, the front squat, the overhead squat, how those different mobility limitations that you kind of wanted to start with could impact all of those different pieces of the equation, different things to modify when certain people are injured. And you just blow their frickin' socks off with how well you understand the mechanics of a squat. Make sure you daggum know your mechanics, though, before you go in to do this talk, because you will be surprised at how well and how deeply versed some CrossFit coaches are in their knowledge of squat mechanics. So you better know your stuff. You better not be going into this gym telling them that they need to sit back in their squat and not let their knees go past their toes, because you're going to get stinking embarrassed if you go in that gym, and then you're not going to get any patients from that gym. But if you know the squat back and forth, or the deadlift or the Olympic lifts back and forth, right and left, and you can talk through those mechanics and just blow their stinking socks off with a talk like that, then you're in. Then you've gotten to that coach that was defensive in a group setting, where his defenses are down. You're not individually calling that coach out. You're just letting everybody get a better idea of what's going on specific to these movement patterns or the needs of the individuals in their CrossFit gym. And just that group setting is going to let a lot of guard down. You spend the whole time in this talk, you're buttering them up. You're talking about how great they are at coaching and cueing, and how great the programming is and how much fun this gym is. So you're buttering them up. You're making them feel really good about themselves the whole time, especially in your intro, while you're just sticking little jabs in, showing them where they're missing pieces of the equation and where you can fit in to better help them and their population. And that's how I think you go about building a really strong relationship with a CrossFit gym. So I hope that helps. As always, guys, we do a lot of these podcasts. So 5 days a week, we have somebody from ICE on here. And sometimes it is difficult to come up with conversations to have. So if you have questions like this that you'd like us to discuss on the podcast, please reach out to us. It's really helpful for us to not have to sit around the night before trying to think of what's our next topic going to be. And we like helping you out and having these discussions. So everybody have a great Friday, great weekend.